Hi, this is Miss Sarah from the Gwinnett County Public Library bringing you another episode of Backyard Biology. In this series, we look at things that we can find in our very own backyards. Today, we're going to be talking about mushrooms. So, what is a mushroom?
A mushroom is a type of fungus. There are lots of different fungi in the world. They can include anything from shelf fungus to sac fungus. Even mold is a type of fungus. In some ways, fungi like these mushrooms resemble plants, but they are very different from plants. Plants extract their nutrients using photosynthesis, where the chlorophyll inside of the plant converts the sunlight into energy for the plant to grow. Mushrooms and other fungi do not have chlorophyll. Instead, fungi secrete enzymes that digest the food externally, and then their nutrients are absorbed. Fungi like these mushrooms are important in the ecosystem because of their work as decomposers. They break down things like leaf litter and dead trees. When we look at a mushroom, we're actually not seeing the entire fungus. The most important part of this fungus is under the ground. Beneath the soil where this mushroom is growing is a network of microscopic rooting threads called mycelium. The mycelium is too small for us to see with the naked eye. It is the part that is absorbing nutrients for the fungus to live.
How do mushrooms grow?
When conditions are right, mycelium send forth small buds which grow toward daylight and emerge from the ground as a mushroom. These mushrooms are likely all growing from the same mycelium or network of those fine root-like fibers. This is why they appear to grow in a relatively straight line. Some mushrooms will also grow in a circle. This is because they are also coming from the same network of underground roots or mycelium. Though the appearance of the mushroom is short-lived, the mycelium itself beneath the earth can live for months or even hundreds of years, each year sending up a new crop of mushrooms. Some species of mushrooms have roots that can spread over hundreds of square miles.
What do mushrooms do?
The mushroom has a similar role to the fruit of a plant in that it is responsible for the reproduction of the fungus. Just like a fruit produces seeds, a mushroom produces spores. Underneath the mushroom cap, you can see all of these tiny little bands known as gills. Inside of the gills are microscopic spores. These spores are dispersed by the wind to grow into new fungus. Each cap drops millions of spores, but they must land in the proper substrate. Spores that land on a surface like dead wood or soil will grow into new fungi. Mushrooms prefer humid conditions since they dry out easily, so we often find them growing after a rain. First, we can barely see them as a tiny ball emerging from the soil. Now we can see the mushroom's stalk and the cap. Gradually, the cap expands to give the flat, umbrella-like appearance. And finally, we have the complete mushroom.
So, are mushrooms a good thing in your yard or not?
There are many different types of mushroom, and they come in a wide variety of colors and patterns. Scientists aren't really sure why some mushrooms are vividly colored. Some mushrooms are edible, but poisoning is very common, so it is recommended that you eat mushrooms only purchased from a grocery store or other trusted source. Do not even taste a wild mushroom. There are several poisonous varieties in Georgia, and there are some that look harmless but contain deadly toxins capable of killing human beings. Some deadly varieties so closely resemble the harmless edible type that you can't even identify which is which without looking at the spores. So better to be safe than sorry, and just avoid eating any mushroom that you find growing in the wild. Mushrooms aren't all bad, however. Some are quite beautiful. The edible types are delicious, and mushrooms can be made into dyes, fire starters, and are helpful in the study of biochemistry.
This has been another episode of Backyard Biology brought to you by the Gwinnett County Public Library. Thanks for watching.